Welcome back, everyone. We are here in the garage, and today we have a huge upgrade, and that's gonna be all new LED lighting. I'm super excited. This is one of those upgrades I've really been excited about. I've been waiting for. As you can see, I have terrible lighting in here. It's very dim. I just have these two LED lights behind me. Very old LED technology. The color temperature is off. It's been very difficult to film in here. All of my videos have had this like banding from just the low quality LED lights, but hopefully today we can take care of that. This is the lighting that I decided to go with. I purchased these off of Amazon. It was a really, really good deal. I'll leave a link down below in case any of y'all are interested. It comes with 10 8-foot LED lights. Of course, you have all the wiring, the brackets. This is supposed to come with everything you need. I think these are about 8,400 lumens per light. So you do the math, that's a ton of light. The package includes all of the hardware and everything that you should need to get these mounted up. You can actually just plug these straight into an outlet and that'll work. And it comes with all those cords as well. It comes with the jumpers. It also has some connections in case you want to have these hardwired. And so that's an option as well. The brackets seem like they're pretty simple. All you really have to do is mount them to a flat surface, whether it's a stud, 2x4, or in my case, a beam. You can just drill the hole, get those mounted up with just some screws, and then the LED strips just clip on. For my situation, I will not be able to mount them just straight to the beam because I have outlets as well as a garage track that's in the way. So I'm gonna have to find a way to suspend them a few inches, just enough to clear the track and the outlets. Made it back from the hardware store. I had a few different ideas. I tried out a few different things, and I think I came up with something that's gonna work for my situation. I wanted to make sure that my method was gonna work, so I went ahead and did 2 rows of lights just to make sure, and so far, everything's working pretty good. One of the first obstacles that I mentioned was I need to be able to clear the garage track. So I need the LED lights to go above the garage door track so that when I open the garage door, it doesn't hit the lights and it'll clear them. So that's the first one. And so far I was able to hang them down just a little bit so they clear. There's about 1/2 inch of space before it hits the track. They're still suspended, maybe about 1 inch. So that worked out pretty good. The next obstacle I have to worry about is clearing the outlet boxes. So I'm gonna use the same method I used before on the other 2 rows of lights. I'm just gonna add a little bit more chain just so that it hangs a little bit lower and I can clear the boxes. I think that should work. So the answer to all my problems are zip ties. These things fix everything. So if you look at the back of the LED lights, you have this little flat panel and these clips just clip on. So this part, it's pretty flat. All you do is drive a screw through here up to either a beam, a stud, into the plywood, or you can even use anchors if you want to put it into drywall, but it's meant to mount flat. Now whenever you clip this on, it clips on pretty snug. You could see that it's a very, very flat fit. There's really not too much room in between, so I needed something really flat to get this to work. I can't really put a screw through here, and even if I did, I need a way to attach the chain. So zip ties is the answer. What I'm gonna do is just loop it through, tie this so that I have something to connect the chain to. So I'll loop this through the chain and through here, cut the amount of length that I need, and then I'm just going to use some nut and bolts to secure it to the beam. So I already tried it out, it's working pretty good. These don't weigh very much, so I'm not really worried about these at all. You can lift these up pretty easy, so it should work just fine. Got all the lights mounted up, 2 per beam. Everything cleared pretty good. My plan worked so far. So now for the fun part, let's get to the wiring. All right, guys, it's a new day and the lighting is 100% complete. I took about a day or two just to clean up all the wiring. I used some zip ties and some cable clips just to tuck everything back. All the wiring is ran along the beams, so I just tucked everything back along the beams and the end result came out awesome. Really, really happy with it. If you don't remember what the lighting looked like before, let me refresh your memory. The lights were super, super dim. You really could not see anything. I had to turn my exposure up on the camera really high, and the end result was just really choppy and not good at all. The color temperature was super off. It was a mess. But enough of that. I know y'all are here for the end result, so let's switch those lights on and see what they look like. Y'all ready? Bro, check it out. Everything looks super bright in here. It's insane how bright it is in here. I'm definitely gonna have to mess around with the camera just to adjust the settings again. Maybe turn down the exposure a little bit. But man, it's very bright. I can actually see everything. I don't even think you can cast a shadow in here. That's how bright it is. It's insane. You can get a better look at how the wires were ran. You can see how everything's tucked into the beam. On every single one. Even on the sides, I ran the wires up into the beam and out. Super clean. Right here on these 2 rows, you could see how we cleared the garage track. So those are sitting above. And then over here, we had to go a little bit lower below the outlets. So these 3 rows are sitting a little bit lower. You can see it's sitting below that outlet as well. So like I mentioned before, I was a little bit worried that the lighting would be too bright in here. So just to be safe, I wired in 2 different switches just so I have some options on how much lighting I want in here. So for the most part, everything is just plugged in. So I have one outlet here, and then I have another outlet there. I think you can have a maximum of 6 lights per outlet. So I have 6 of them going to one outlet, and then I have 4 going to the other one. And the way that I did it was along the power outlet, there's a switch that came in the kit. So what I did was I put one switch mounted right here, and then I have another switch here. And yes, they're mounted up very high, but the way that everything's mounted, if I just use like a broomstick, I can easily reach it. I've already turned them on and off several times. Super easy. Right now they're all on. So I can keep it just like this, or I can have it to where This row, this one, and this one are lit up, so I'll have three rows. Or I can just light up 2 rows, this one and this one. Or have them all on. So either way, it works out really good. So because I wanted to have the option of having them on separate switches, I did have to extend the wiring. So I bought some extra wire, and all it is a 3-wire 18 gauge. And that just allowed me to extend the wiring to go from this side to this side. So this wire's connecting to this one, and then from here connects over here. And the wiring that's supplied with this kit wasn't long enough, so all I had to do was extend it a little bit. And then from there, this goes around, and I have to extend it from here to that side as well. And then other than that, I just use an extension cord for the power, just to make everything run nice and clean. Not a big deal. There was a spot right here where the light was hitting, so I just had to trim the faceplate a little bit, and everything fit in there pretty good. Depending on your application and how spread apart your lights are, you may or may not need to extend them as far as using this kit, but either way, the wire is super easy to find. You can get it at Home Depot, at Lowe's. It's just 3-wire, 18 gauge, super simple. This is just LED lighting, so it doesn't draw a lot of power. I just used some heat shrink, make sure all the connections were nice and tight. I used heat shrink to tighten everything up, and the connection was nice and solid, so that's gonna work just fine for my setup. That's pretty much gonna wrap up this video. I'm very, very satisfied with this kit so far. As far as the longevity of everything, well, I'll have to wait and see. I'll let you guys know if anything comes up, if I have any issues, but based on the reviews, I don't think I'm gonna have any problems. I did mention in my last video that this was pretty much gonna be the last step before I start moving everything in. So that's definitely what's gonna be happening next. I just need to find a day off so I can get in here, start making the move. But I do have a full-time job. For those of you that don't know, I am a tattoo artist, so my schedule's a little bit crazy. But once I find the day, I could start moving in. There's gonna be some new stuff coming in as well. Like I'm gonna have a new workbench, some new cabinets. So it's gonna be awesome. There's gonna be some new stuff. So it's more garage stuff, but once that's all in, everything's set up, then we can finally start getting back to the RAM content. I know you guys are waiting for that, and I'm excited to get back to it as well. So that's gonna be it, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate all the love and support. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next video.